I'm Dr. David Heiman. I'm a gastroenterologist. I've been here on my own for the past 16 years in private practice in Tampa. I've been a client at Datatech for about 9 years. And for those whole 9 years, they've taken care of all of my IT needs. They've taken care of my network. They've taken care of my individual computers. They've walked us through software upgrades. They've transferred us over when servers have gone down, when we had to upgrade servers to keep up with the new software. You know, as a doctor, it's very simple what I do. I treat patients. I see patients in my office almost 5 days a week. And every day when I came in, other than one day in 9 years when a server failed, we've had computer service up and running. Anytime we had a glitch, it was a phone call away to get Todd, to get his staff online, to get them fixing things, sometimes physically coming out and taking care of things. But if I can look back over 9 years and recall one day where I legitimately had downtime, I think that's a pretty amazing record. In medicine nowadays, we really have to rely on computers, not just for the records that we generate in the office, but it's accessing records online from the various hospitals, receiving records from the radiology centers, from the laboratories, being able to store the data in a way that I can access it all the time. As a small guy, I didn't have the access to the resources of these giant doctor networks, of the hospitals. I didn't have an immense budget. So I had to be careful with my money. I had to be smart with my money, and Todd helped me do that. I mean, he set up a program along the way where I paid one single fee. And under that one single fee, whatever happened to my system, whatever my needs were, they were met. It made it very simple to write one bill a month, to make it easy to account for it, easy to anticipate, and know that when I needed service, I was going to get service. Along the way, every crackpot idea that I tried to come up with, integrating voice recognition software into my system, no problem. Using EMR, no problem. And multiple times, so I had some trouble wearing out fax machines. Updating digital fax machines that were integrated into my network so that I didn't have to print copies. I didn't have to waste my time and my money with my secretary folding and stuffing an envelope and sending it out with a stamp and hoping that the United States Postal Service could get it there. You can send it from your computer with the fax. You can have a receipt immediately. Now, long ago when we started that, we shocked people. I got calls very early on from doctors saying, "You sent us a fax note about your patient." I said, "Yeah." I said, "The patient was there today." I said, "Oh yeah, they're checking out at the front desk, they're leaving." But between all these different things, this is the kind of service that we could give, and I can't do that stuff. I didn't go to school to learn how to run the computer over there. I can't program that, I can't build that, I can use it. But I need somebody like Todd to help me use that every single day. And again, I don't know how you practice medicine today without a computer, and you have to rely on that. Along the way, they even set me up with a laptop I could take home with a secure virtual network so I could access my very office servers, all my patient records online, securely, HIPAA compliant, so that if you, your mom, your friend, whomever my patient is, calls me up anytime, any hour of any day, any place I can get a Wi-Fi signal, I can access your chart, I can access your records, I can remember what we were doing, what we were looking at, what I should know about you. What medicines do you take? What allergies do you have? What are we treating you for? So that I can make a better decision rather than relying on my memory and whatever the patient could tell me on the telephone, sometimes when they're a bit nervous, a bit scared about whatever's going on. And again, over the last 9 years, every day, Todd's made that happen. He's kept me up, he's kept me running, he's made it easy. He's made it where we anticipate every day that the computers are going to just work fine and we're not even going to have to notice it. Very simply, again, having a single bill for the month. Where I just sign up, I pay once, I don't have to pay hour by hour. I don't have to worry about something happening in the middle of the night. How many hours is it going to take him to fix it? How many dollars per hour is it going to be? It makes the budgeting very simple. That for a network big enough at one time to serve 4 different doctors with dozens of computers, I have no idea how many servers are back there. He'll tell you, I don't know. There's a big old rack in the back closet there. And taking care of all of that every day, getting notifications at least once a week about how the system's working, the memory capacity, I mean everything, detailed reports about how my system is going. It was one set fee. So whether I called 5 times this week, whether I called 3 times today, whether it was a perfect week and I didn't even have to pick up the phone to tell Todd hi, it was one fee. just one simple bill each month. Even before HIPAA laws, I think with our very first office, Windows-based office system 14 years ago, something happened, and I don't know if it was a worm or a virus, but something happened in our very first electronic medical record. Some fragments somehow got sent out over the internet. Then a company came in and they locked things down. Since Todd's been there, as far as I can tell, other than some people having some things on their individual workstations, nothing's happened to the system, nothing's happened to the server. We've lost no data. Every time I open even my oldest record, that thank God Todd had somebody on the system, I think it's Mike Bonicello, he still knows how to run this very antiquated system that went out of date more than 9 years ago. And that thing still runs as an old archive so that I can dig up hospital electronic records from my office up to 14 years old. And they have kept all this crazy stuff spinning. Two things that you have to, again, that I have to have out of an information system as a doctor. It has to be secure. I mean, beyond HIPAA. You know, that's all well and good. I think there's a 3,000-year-old oath that tells me I'm supposed to keep my patient's information secret and private and personal. And knowing that I got a guy like Todd, he knows the laws, he knows the rules, he can set up the systems. That even, again, using my laptop to log in, but knowing that it's a secure, virtual system, that it is HIPAA compliant, that it is secure, that it's not hackable, that I have that access to my records, and I don't have to worry about the safety of my records. Beyond that, the reliability that I know over 9 years with just 1 day of downtime, that I can have my records, I can have access to my records, I can have access to the scheduling, billing, all the things that I need to do day in and day out to be a doctor, but also to keep my business running so I can keep the lights on, keep the office open, and be able to see my patients. So again, the security may be the first thing, but reliability is a very close second, that I know the system's working. I know the system's not only secure, but it's going to be there when I flip the switches on.